going on, guys? Dom here, and today's video is going to be on some rumors I found, and these ones actually mention something about a war which has been hinted at in Pokemon in a few of the games, but I think I'm getting ahead of myself. Roll the intro. Alright, as always, guys, I'm going to put whatever I'm talking about up on the screen and we're going to jump right into it. The story revolves about an ancient machine built during the war 3,000 years ago, capable to make Pokemon armored. During the war, it was never used. Okay, so this is not the same machine that was, that's something to do with Pokemon Trainer AZ. So what time frame are we exactly talking about here? Because the whole story with AZ went that he made a machine that was supposed to bring back his Pokemon because his Pokemon, his Fallet, or however you pronounce it, was killed by a bunch of people. So then he utilized the machine to bring back his Pokemon, and in turn he used the lives of other Pokemon to make it. And then after his Fallet came back, he turned the machine into like a death machine to kill the people who killed his Pokemon. So this isn't exactly the same machine. So this is a separate war, but the time is just hilarious because it's just 3,000 years. That's exactly how long ago from the X and Y games that the whole thing happened with AZ and his younger brother and Lysander and whatever his name is, how you pronounce it. So it's not exactly the same thing we're talking about here. It's two separate machines. I think that speaks for itself about whatever we're about to read, that this is probably going to be fake because they're just taking things from something that already exists and tweaking it and saying that it's a rumor or a leak or whatever they're trying to portray here. The antagonist team captured a legendary. Okay, that's pretty much nothing new. We've always seen that the enemy team usually gets near legendary, captures it, uses it against us. Nothing really special here. Different for each version. Alright, cool, makes sense. Sapphire Ruby. And is looking to use the machine to power him up, also to start another war. Okay, so the part about this machine that I kind of brushed over was that it makes Pokemon armored. Now, that's an interesting aspect that 3,000 years ago, a machine had to make the Pokemon armored. So how well is this going to play into the story, assuming this is real? How will this play into the story of us having armored Pokemon? Because eventually we get armored Pokemon. I mean, we have to. We're the protagonists. So how would this machine play into it? Have they already just made the machine, or took the technology from the machine and adapted it so we can just utilize armored evolution without the machine being present? So let's see. Looking to use the machine to power him up, also to start another war. Okay. Our target is to hinder their plans and defeat the armored legendary. So if I'm the person writing this story, I'm going to tell you that this machine was from 3,000 years ago. It made Pokemon armored and more powerful, but it was never used. Go with whatever they said first. And normal Pokemon are able to utilize armor evolution because they're not as powerful as legendary Pokemon. And I need this machine from 3,000 years ago because I can't build the technology myself to power this legendary, to make it whatever I want it to be, make it evil, good, whatever it is that they're saying that they're trying to do. There's better ways this can be written. They have to be, why are they using the machine on the legendary Pokemon to make it more powerful? If there's other Pokemon that are around that can use armored evolution, why is this a thing for the armor legendary? That makes no sense. So of course, we as the protagonist, we have to go defeat the armor legendary. Makes sense. That's basic Pokemon. At the end of main story, we'll get the access to the machine and we'll be able to use it on certain Pokemon to unlock their armored form. Okay, so this I have a problem with. You get it after the game to use. You're using the machine to. Okay, it says certain Pokemon. So I guess legendaries. I'm assuming which certain Pokemon. You telling me that every time I have to, or I want to utilize armored evolution for a new Pokemon, I have to go to this machine's location, put it in the machine, unlock it, and then come back every single time? Or is it going to be attached to my PC box? Is it going to be in my bag? This is poorly written, and it could have been handled a lot better if you're trying to sell this idea to make it seem a lot more appealing. Armored evolutions will revolve around 3 elements. Okay. I'll talk about that in a second. That's strange. A compatible Pokemon, the machine, and a Galar unique steel Pokemon, which will combine with the compatible Pokemon. So it sounds like they're hinting at Meltan here. If I'm the person writing this, I would have put Meltan's name in this. Armored evolutions will revolve around 3 elements: a compatible Pokemon, the machine, and a Galar unit. Okay, it would have, yeah, it definitely would have been Meltan, the machine, and the Pokemon. But I would have to explain why the machine from 2,000 years ago is being utilized and add more to it. You can't just, this is just like, they honestly just half wrote this and thought it was just funny, and I don't know, but they're not very good at storytelling, that's for sure. Armored evolutions will revolve around, okay, I read that, I don't know why I'm going back. The armored form is not permanent and can be undone by using a special item on the Pokemon. Okay, so requires an empty slot in our team. The only exception is Eevee. Yes, Steel evolution will be present, which once evolved cannot return. Okay, the what? It's not permanent and can be undone by using a special item on the Pokemon and requires an empty slot in our team. So you need, are you saying that you need, like, let's say Meltan and a Pokemon and an empty slot? And the whole 3 elements thing is interesting because it sounds like something that would be something they would put in the 3rd iteration of the games. They wouldn't put that in the primary games if it was 3 components. If that's what you're trying to push, because we're expecting sword and shield forms for you to even pick this idea so early. It just makes no sense to me. Okay, so let's see, every gym master is an athlete of a different sport. Can I name 8 sports? Let's see, let's try to name 8 sports. Basketball, soccer, American football, golf. What else am I forgetting? Water polo. I can't even name the sports. Oh, hockey. What else do we have? Baseball. I miss baseball. Baseball's boring nowadays, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think that's 7 right there. I'm missing a bunch. Someone's probably gonna tell me in the comments, "Hey man, you forgot this super important sport. How could you forget this?" Sorry, I blanked on it. Okay, I'm perfectly fine with that as long as it's diverse. We don't have 2 or 3 players, trainers that have like the soccer aspect, gym leaders. That wouldn't be boring. That would be super boring. I'm sorry. New games, new gyms. Wow, I can't read today. I don't know what's going on. New gyms or stadiums, and they will be divided in 2 sections: battle area and sport area. In the sport area, our Pokemon can participate in a sport game by winning, and they'll improve a certain IV associated with the sport. Okay, that's sick. That sounds pretty awesome. I'm not sure how I feel about it being at the gyms for the IV stuff, but I guess it works because you can just, it's pretty much the same thing as like EVs. You go to a certain place to find a certain Pokemon, knock a certain Pokemon out, get the EVs from that Pokemon, except you're going to a gym and you're actually having fun. It kind of reminds me of the Pokeathlon, which I really enjoyed that. New gyms or stadiums. Okay, so my question is, will we be able to do this during the game? Because that would be kind of that could be busted in the long run. That sport part, unlocking the sport part, has to be unlocked towards the end of the game. Because if we would just easily just take my starter Pokemon to the sport area and I would just Google, well, I already know what his stats are. I just go and look what his base stats are, and then keep soft resetting until I get the nature that I want, and then go to the sport areas that I want his IVs to, well, all of his IVs to bump up to, and just do that. That has to be like a post game thing. You probably have to unlock that. If it was a real thing, it wouldn't just be given to you. There's no way. That'd be way too simple for Pokemon just to hand that out. That part I like, and I would love for the tournament, I mean the Pokemon League, to be like a bracket style where you have like how Ash had like 2 or 3 different rivals, and he usually ends up losing in like the semifinal rounds to some guy that he met like 2 minutes ago. That's just Ash. That's how Ash goes. So last bullet point: you can spectate these games of your friend and root for them. That sounds pretty fun. But do we get anything like friend points or something like that? Because Pokemon Go has been really big on that nowadays, where you do things with your friends and you get points and then bonuses for like sending gifts and stuff. That would be awesome for them to do that. These rumors are fake. They're fake. Definitely the first 3 points about the story stuff, about the legendary, the enemy team, the war. It seems like they were headed for the AZ thing, but they didn't read up enough on the ultimate weapon that AZ created for the in the Pokemon lore. They tried to shoehorn this in there. So there's 2 or 3 wars that we're unaware of in Pokemon, or what actually happened. the war that had to do with Kanto, this war, and then the war that had to do with Kalos. I'm not sure if Kalos and Kanto had the same war. I don't think they did. That's just me though. And then somewhere in America, I don't know, Lieutenant Surge, like he fought in some war at one point. I don't know, but yeah, this is 100% fake. Thanks for trying. That's great. Appreciate your trouble. But I think that'll do it for this video, guys. I'll see you later. Peace, love, and Pokemon to all of you.